What would happen if I took this, but made it tiny? Hello, welcome back to the channel. We're on another little stained glass adventure today. I'm quite excited about this one. I've been making pieces that are kind of pretty standard size, so I really want to try and bring together some of my favourite photos from this year and make some little tiny ornaments that I can hang on my Christmas tree to capture my stained glass and photography adventures this year. So, let's go! Okay, I could fit 9 pictures on my sticker sheet, so I decided to choose 9 pictures. Whether we'll get to them all today, I don't know. It was really hard to decide. I mean, one of my favourite ones is the butterfly, but I've already done that big size, so I thought I better not do that one again. That'd be boring. But I think this sums up my year quite nicely. I started the year on my first ever trip abroad on my own. So I've got one from Paris, one from Montmartre, and one from Bruges. This is like one of my favourite photos that I've taken this year, I think. I just really love the contrast of it. It's monochrome, so I'm wondering whether to try and put some coloured glass behind it like I did with my butterfly, or whether to just keep it with the plain glass. Undecided. We have a couple from my trip to Portugal, this one from Viseu, and this one is from Porto. What else do we have? The ladybird is from my garden. The flower is also from my garden. Our bird friend up here is from Chester Zoo, and the windmill from my little memorial video from my granddad passing. So I really wanted to have that one because that will remind me of him. It's making me realise how blue and green my images are, with a little pop of orange in the middle. Well, we're going to need to decide on some glass. I've got my big piece of clear glass and we will need that. I do have a red. It's quite a dark red. I might actually cut this one to be square, so there's a bit of dead space on the edges. Okay, I think these are my options. This is what I'm going to do. I need to do a little bit of measurement to work out what size pieces I want. I don't know if I'm just going to make this more complicated for myself. But in this one I did 4 different coloured corners and I quite like that. So I'm just wondering if for maybe this one I could try doing some little green corners. But also these are going to be quite small and quite fiddly, so am I just making it more difficult for myself? Also, I've got these monochrome ones and I had debated about putting colour behind them rather than the clear glass. I shall go away and plan, and I shall come back to you when it is time to start cutting. Okay, I've done some planning and some measuring. I think I'm going to cut my pieces of glass 1.5 centimetres wide. Thinking about this one, I'm going to try and do some little squares in the corners of it and see how that comes out in the dark green. I think I just want to start with a couple so that I can get my head around it. I think I need to be able to see it to understand it, if that makes sense. Sometimes drawing things is great, sometimes it's not quite so easy to picture in your mind. So I think I'm going to cut a few bits of this one in 1.5 centimetre wide strips, and then I'm going to do some of the green. So I think I'll work on the flower and the peacock first, and then we can go from there. Does that sound like a plan? That sounds like a plan to me. Let's do it. Let's do some cutting. Okay, let's have, I say okay a lot. See, this is the thing that happens when you edit videos of yourself. You suddenly become very aware of how you talk, and I have realised that I say a lot and I say okay a lot, and now I've become very, very self-aware of it. It's great. I think I want the yellowy bits because I notice it's a bit whiter down the bottom. Although actually that kind of goes in with the flower, doesn't it? Could use the white bits to our advantage. Okay, I like that. And then my plan is to do some little green squares in the corner. These might not be the exact bits that I use because they are going to depend on what I cut out for the peacock. Yeah, I like that. And then the question is how I'm going to do the peacock. If I do it like that, it won't leave me with... What will it leave me with? It will leave me with that bit. And that bit, which won't be enough for my corners on my other one. I mean, I can just cut out more glass. I've got more. It's not a problem. I'm trying to be efficient in my glass usage. I could do it like that. That will still only give me 2 squares, so I'm going to need to cut some more out anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Done again. Got a plan. Let's cut the rest. So small you don't get any satisfying noise when you do this. That's slightly bigger than 1.5, but we might be able to get away with it. Okay, this is too big. The question is, can I cut that much off? I think when it's that small, you're supposed to use closing pliers or something. Right, what did he say? Use your finger like that. You want to pull down and away. That actually worked. I didn't think that was going to work. Oh, cool. Oh, that one did. Yay. That is our 4 little square corners. Oh, that cuts so nicely. Are you ready? I just want you to hear the cut, so I'm going to put my microphone by this. Our clear bits of glass. I think they're cute. I like those. didn't see my previous episode, I put the masking tape on the image because the soldering iron damages the image if it touches it, and if I put masking tape on, then that stops it from happening. Then we just put the pins in place to hold everything where it needs to be before I put in the first bits of soldering. This is liquid flux. So liquid flux goes onto the copper foil, and then that helps the solder to stick to it. Or if you're in America, solder. Yay, it's good. Oops. It's got a little air bubble in there, but I think I can fix that. The last step will be to add the jump hoops, but I'm going to do that on all of them at the same time at the end. Just out of interest, that looks quite cool, doesn't it? Oh no. I think I want to do it on a blue piece of glass. I don't want to do it on a clear bit. Okay, I'm going to have to somehow... let's try and stick this back on here for now. Cut this piece. Just ruining everything. Oh, I like that. This one is a bit of a mess. It does not match up at all, but it's homemade, right? So it's fine. That's the last one complete. I'm really pleased with them. I think they came out really well. I did manage to just catch the bit of the image there because the tape lifted up and I managed to catch it with the soldering iron. But I'm quite pleased with them. It'll be interesting to see what they look like when I hang them up. I'm going to try and put the lights behind them to make them glow. So I've been making more little picture frames. I'm making some for Christmas presents. It means that I have lots of little scraps left. I do have lots of little tiny bits as well, but we won't bother with those. I'm thinking that at some point I might need to do some sort of mosaic Mosaic. I don't know how you say that. What I'm thinking is I've got this picture of myself with my other granddad's camera, and I'm thinking that I could try and do multicoloured. It's gonna make a hell of a lot of soldering. I'm also not sure about the yellow because it doesn't really fit in, does it? Why is random so hard? Shouldn't random just be random? Something like that, I reckon. It's nice to use up some of the waste. Right, it's getting a bit late. I think I'm gonna go to bed and I'll come back and foil and solder in the morning. So sort my little white piece out here, because even I foiled it and I realised it just doesn't really fit. It leaves quite a big gap and that's not ideal. I really like it. I think it's cool having all the different colours mixed together. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments. Do you prefer like having a solid frame, or do you prefer having some different colours involved? Because even like with this one, you've got the green and the yellow, which I think is quite nice. Okay, shall we do our last bit of soldering? I'm actually a little bit nervous about this one. Things don't quite line up in some places. I've got a bit of a gap here, don't really know why. There's just a lot of pieces to solder. If I'm going to put pins in, I'm going to have a lot of pins. But I need the pins because it just holds it together better, but... Well, this is going to be interesting. That's at least the joints, so I can thankfully go in and tidy it up again, because that is not very neat soldering. Now that it's properly stuck together, we can do the other side. Although you already know that because you've seen me make 5 of these already. It was very interesting going through my photos to pick some out for this project, because it made me realise that I'd take a lot of photos on each trip, but there's always normally only like 1 or 2 that really stick out or that I remember. So like I was going through my pictures from the zoo and the bird. I remembered the bird picture. That I love that one. It just sits in my brain. And the same with like my Montmartre trip in Paris. Like that picture lives in my brain. I love that picture. Okay, I'm excited to see this one without the tape on it. Hey. Oh look, it perfectly makes 6. Nice. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel. I hope you enjoyed today's stained glass adventure. I'm quite pleased with the outcomes. I'm looking forward to hanging them on my tree. I think they're going to be really cute. I like this as a nice way to capture sort of the year of photography that I've had and the skills I've learnt from my stained glass. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do let me know down in the comments which one out of the 6 is your favourite. I don't just post stained glass videos, I also post the videos of me going out and taking the photos, or in this case, staying in and taking the photos. Hopefully I will see you again soon. Bye!